Hi everyone, I'm Ellie, founder of Code of the Future, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how you can make your very own website. So this video is going to be more catered towards beginners, just explaining how you can create a very simple website, and hopefully you can use what you've learned in this video to make your very own website. I will be releasing a video after this one showing you how you can take website templates and make your website look a little bit more professional, but for today I'm showing you how you can make a very simple website. So as usual, I'm going to put my glasses on and I'll move you onto the screen. Okay, awesome. So I'm in VS Code and I have two files here, an index.html and a my_style.css. So if you're unfamiliar with what those two things are, then I'd recommend watching the previous videos that I've done on this channel explaining what HTML and CSS are. But for today, I'm going to kind of build on what we've learned already and build our very own website. So we have our index.html and we've got currently an empty CSS file. So if I was to open what we have currently, which is here, this index.html, you'll notice that it's empty. We have nothing except it says my website at the top. I'll just cross off that one. So what we're going to do is start building and creating a few things in this HTML file, and then we're going to change the CSS file and hopefully make it look a little bit more presentable. So what we're going to do first is inside this body tag, which if you've watched my previous videos you'll know that the body tag, inside the body tag is basically everything you'll see on your website. So we're going to put in here and we're going to make a header. And basically we kind of want everything to be inside this header, so I'll just make this look a little bit neater. Okay, so we have this header. Now inside this header, I'm going to create a div tag. The code that's inside div tags kind of correspond to a section on a HTML page. So if you're going to do different sections, you kind of split them up by doing different div tags. So we've got our div tags in here, and in here we're going to create a list. So I haven't touched upon this previously in my other videos, so this is the first time we'll look at how lists work on HTML. Very, very simple. We just type UL, and inside UL we're going to type LI. Now inside our LI we're going to have an A tag. So inside our A tag, this is where we're going to hyperlink. So if you've watched my first video, you'll know how to hyperlink. We say href and whatever website we want in here. So for the time being I'll just put a question mark because we don't know what it is, and then we'll close this A tag. Okay, so if I save this and I refresh my page, you'll notice we have a bullet point here. Notice we have no text. So what we need to do is we need to add some text into here. So let's say we'll call it home page. Let's say home page, and we'll save this and we'll refresh, and notice it says home page. Now what you can do is you can hyperlink this back to itself. So inside here we can put in the name of the current file we're coding in, which is responsible for this page here we see, and that's just the index.html. So we'll say index.html, save that, we'll refresh, and now if I click home page, it directs us straight back to our home page. So no matter how many times I click this, it directs us back. Similarly, we're going to add another one in here, and I'm going to put another li. We're going to have a href, and inside here we'll put a question mark for now, and I'm going to say my YouTube channel, and I'm going to change that to home instead of homepage, and I'm just going to get my YouTube channel. Here it is, and we're just going to copy this link. So we'll copy that link into here. There we go. Save it. We'll refresh this, and notice how we have two bullets now, a home and a YouTube channel. Now for the sake of the video I'm going to add two more in here. We're going to have another bullet point, and this time we're just going to have a random, let's say we'll have it a random hashtag, a question mark again, and in here I'm going to say blog post. So this website I'm going to make it a little bit more about blogging, about reading books, things like that. And then I guess the final one I'm going to just say is and we'll have a href. So you don't have to have a href, it just means that it makes a little bit more sense if you've got a kind of navigating bar, because you're essentially clicking on things. And we'll just say contact us, so we'll have a simple contact us. We'll save this, run. Okay, now what has happened here, that is because I put an I instead of an L, because I is for italics, L is for a bullet point. We'll save that and we'll rerun. Awesome, there we go, got these two things, and these kind of don't, that one goes to YouTube, but the other ones don't do anything, they just go back to where we are. Cool, alright. So we have this list now, and my idea is I'm going to make this into a menu bar, but first I'm going to import an image just to have an image in the background. So we're going to create a new div tag. So I'm just going to go down here and I'm going to create a new div. And inside this div tag, I am going to have an image. So we're going to say image src, and we're going to have books. So this is an image that I've imported into here, books, and it just looks like this. So this is going to be our background. So we've got this new div tag, and I've decided instead of we're going to do the image a different way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to have a simple header. So h1, and my header is going to be my blog posts, or my blog. We'll call it my blog, and we'll save that, we'll refresh, and notice we've just got this my blog. Now what I'm going to show you with CSS is how we can move this and make this into a professional looking website. I'm going to just put this into... Okay, awesome. So now that we have this, and you may think, okay, how is this going to be a website? But I'm going to show you, and it's really, really cool. So we've got our HTML obviously here. I'll just close that for now. And this is all the code we need in our HTML. We have linked our my style CSS, which is what we see here, and this is where we're going to start styling our website. So we're going to style the header first. So the header is everything you see in this kind of chunk of text here, and all we're going to do is we're going to say, okay, header, and we're going to make the background an image. We're going to have URL, and we're going to have our books.jpg. Okay, I'm going to save this and we'll rerun. Aha, nothing has happened. Why is that? Did I save my index.html? Let's see. Aha, what's going on? Let's just check. Aha, it's because I have not put an underscore into here, so it's not recognizing my CSS file. So now if I rerun, awesome. Okay, so what you'll notice is this header is, this current picture is only covering, you know, this first section. So what I'm going to do now is change the height. So we're going to change the height of the image, and I'm going to 100 VH. Okay, so vertical height. We'll refresh. Amazing, look at that. So it's covered our entire page now. So we have a background for our website. Pretty cool. And I'd just like to say that this image I found online, I do not own this image. So for copyright purposes, make sure that you use your own pictures on your website. This is just for an educational example. Okay, awesome. So that's our background. So we've done the header. Now let's say we want to start doing things with our links. So what we can do is we can have a look at what we have here. So we want to change everything that's inside here. So our UL. So we'll start by saying UL, open brackets, and we'll write some code in here. So the first thing that I want to do is get rid of these bullet points. And the way that you do that is you say list style type, and you say none. So if I save this and I refresh, you'll notice that those lines have gone now. It's very hard to see with this particular image, but you'll see that they have gone. And what I might do is I might just hashtag out this for the time being, just so that when we refresh, you can see, you know, it's a little bit clearer to see. So there we go, bullet points have gone. So the next thing that I want to do, and this is going to be with the list itself, is I want to, instead of having them in a vertical line, I want them to be horizontal. So the way that we do that is we will say, we'll create a new, so we'll say UL, and what did we have? UL LI. So LI, and all we say is display is inline block. Okay, so this will be an inline block. There we go, exactly like that. So now we can start playing around with this and adding different, you know, padding sizes and all sorts of different things. So I'm going to play around with UL. I'm going to change a few things in here, and I'm going to say padding top is going to say 5 pixels. That will change how far it is off the top. Notice it comes down a little bit. We can change that to 10 if we wanted. Let's do 10. Comes down a little bit further. Okay, nice. I can do padding. We can say padding bottom, and we can also have 10 pixels there as well. So we've kind of got this even separation between the heights of this kind of header bar here. And what I want to do is I want to put them into a little square, I think. So I'm going to put a border around each of them. So let's say border. I'll say border colour, I'll say white, just because when we go to add the background, white looks really pretty, and white, and then we'll say border style, and I'll just say solid, and we'll refresh and run. Okay, so you can't see, but if I was to change this to, let's say black, save that and rerun. Okay, that's perfect. What I've just realised is I'm currently making a border around this entire section, and I'll show you how we can put borders around these specific images here. So we'll move that back to white. Okay, border style solid, and then all I'm going to say is I just want to move, right, let's do 20 pixels. I just want to move it all this way slightly. So let's rerun. Okay, so they've moved slightly. Have you noticed that there's gaps between them now? I'll put that back to, no, we'll keep it as white, but notice how the padding between each of these has got bigger. So we can change that to, let's say, if we change it to 50, you'll notice how the separation between the two get huge. So there we go, that looks quite cool. And you may be thinking, what's going on, you know, where's this going to a website? And you'll see in just a second. So now I'm going to create little boxes around these, and the way that we do that is we will just say A, because we have in here our A, these are our A categories, and we want each of the A ones to have specific borders. So first I'll say the colour of the text is going to be white, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hashtag this back in. Just the reason why I'm doing white is because the white looks really, really nice with the background with our book's image. So okay, so we're going to do colour is white, so the text of this is now going to be white. So if I rerun this, there we go, we're getting a little bit of a nicer kind of feel for it now. We're going to make, I think the font size, I'll make it a little bit bigger. So font size, I'll say maybe 25 pixels. Okay, we'll rerun this. Okay, huge, look at that, awesome. I think that looks so pretty. Now what I'm going to say is add some kind of boxes, so when you see them there's some boxes there. So we'll say border is 1 pixel, save that, rerun. Okay, so we have no border. Do we have a border? That's because I haven't added a border colour. No, I think I'll omit the border for now. We'll just keep it as that because I think that looks really, really pretty. Okay, awesome. Now I'm going to say we're going to move the padding top, so we're going to have, let's say, 5 pixels. We're going to do the padding bottom, and all this is going to do is it's going to kind of pad around these words. So padding right, 5 pixels, we'll save that and we'll rerun, and notice they get a little bit further apart and a little bit more spaced out. Okay, awesome. Now what I'm going to do is add this hover feature, so when you hover over you'll be able to see that it's kind of highlighting the text. Okay, so all we're going to do is say A, hover, because we're doing the A's here, hover. Okay, let's have a background colour of, let's say, brown, because I think brown fits in with the whole kind of aesthetic of books. So we'll rerun this, and now when I hover over, notice how it will highlight in brown. Something you can do is you can say the transition is, let's say, 1 second, and I rerun this and it will take about 1 second for it to fully open, you know, not open, show. Awesome. So you can change that to maybe like 0.6. Let's have a look, refresh, and there you go. Awesome. I think 1's quite nice. 1 is quite, kind of hovers over it really nicely. Awesome. So now if I click home, it will redirect us to here. If I click my YouTube channel, it will take me to my YouTube channel. If I click blog post, it will return back to the original, you know, page I'm at. So what you can do as an external example is create a new index file with your blog post on and hyperlink it to that section here. But for today I'm just showing you a very, very simple website and how you can get set up and just do something that looks really, really pretty. Okay, awesome. So we've done that. All that's left to do now is really just change this my blog. So I kind of want it in the center here. I think it'd be quite cool in between, you know, some of these bookshelves, and just show you, look, this is my blog. Okay, so what do we have for my blog? We have H1 and it's in a div. Okay, so maybe let's add a class into here. So we'll say class. So we'll add a class into here and we'll say, let's say class logo, because this is going to be our, you know, logo as it were. And in H1 I think I'll say class is our text. Okay, so I'm just mixing this up here because what I want to show you is that you can do CSS 2 different ways. I could simply have said, okay, div, I want the div to be identical to, you know, whatever it is that I've done previously. But what this class does is it means that you can assign for this specific div class. So let's say, you know, for example, here I used A. Let's say I then went to use A again, it would do this exact thing. So what a class does is it means that if you have, you know, a few A tags everywhere, a few other different tags, you can specify which class you want for that, so the specific styles and stuff. So the way that we do that is we've defined 2 classes inside the tag. So for this div tag we've got logo, and H1 tag we have text. So all we do now is we'll say, okay, dot, what did we have? We had logo. we'll put whatever we want in here, and we'll do the same for our text. So dot text, and we'll put whatever styles we want into here. So the first thing that I want is I want to align my text, and I want to align it to the center, and I'll refresh. Okay, my blog is now in the middle. Now what else do I want? Maybe let's change the font family, so the type of the font. Let's say I want Times, and I rerun this. Okay, so it's changed it slightly. I'm not sure if the default was Times actually, but we'll stick with Times. Now with the text, I want to change a few things. I want to make it white, I want to make it bigger. So font size, let's make it huge, 100 pixels. I'll save and refresh. Okay, my blog is huge. I want the color, whoa, I want the color to be white, as I said before, and I'm just going to do some padding. So padding top, and what I'm going to say is I want to move this down slightly so that it's in the center here. So I'm going to just put maybe, let's say 22 VH, and let's save and rerun. Okay, cool, so it's moved it down slightly. Now do we want my blog to be in this section or here? What do we think? Maybe, oh, it's difficult because that's a bit, that's more like center. Let's try 26 VH and see where that takes us. Okay, so that's the center. That's pretty cool. I might just move it down slightly so that it aligns with the bookshelf. So let's say 30, see what 30 does. Okay, maybe a little bit more, 33. I think that might be too much. Okay, nice, very nice. Maybe 34, might just move it down a little bit further. Okay, cool, there we go. So what I have done is I've created this kind of logo here. We can hyperlink it if we want. So let's say I want to hyperlink it, my blog. Let's say what I will do is I will create an A tag. I will hyperlink it to src, and I will index it to, let's say, I don't know, index.html for now. So that's our home page. And I will open bracket, and then I will re-put my blog. So for those of you that don't know, this A with this src is essentially, in fact it's not src, it's href, apologies for that, is hyperlinking. So I save that, I refresh, and now my blog has changed. If you notice that it's changed back to what I wanted my A class to be. Okay, so this is what I was saying before, is if you have to be very careful when you do tags like these where you specify A, because it means that if you were to then rewrite an A, it would change it exactly back. So that's something that's worth remembering. So for this case, we can't, you know, we're just going to move back to having our blog as it were, and that's just because we've created my CSS for A to be completely different. So what we can do in here is we can create a new class, and hopefully it'll change a few things. Okay, so we are back to normal, back to our finished product. So that has been the video. I have shown you how you can create your own little, you know, headers on here. In my other videos, I've shown you how you can, you know, hyperlink these back to different HTML, so you can start a completely new website. You know, here we have my YouTube channel, it hyperlinks to my YouTube channel, and we just have this, you know, my blog here. So this is a very simple website. It's a very neat, professional looking website, and in the next video I'll be showing you how you can take templates from a specific, you know, website, let's say, and kind of change things around to suit you. So that has been the video today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you want to support the channel even further, then hit the subscribe button and the bell notification with it so you don't miss out on any future videos, and also check out the donation link in the description of this video. But for now, I will see you all in the next video.